Your mind is a battlefield. Right now, as you listen to these words, a war is raging within you. 1,000 phantom enemies, past regrets, future anxieties, imagined judgments are clashing in the theater of your skull. This constant grinding noise is the source of your paralysis. It is the poison of overthinking. You believe this mental chaos is a sign of intelligence, of thoroughness. You call it planning, analyzing, being prepared. Miyamoto Musashi, the most legendary and undefeated swordsman in history, would call it by its true name, a fatal weakness. For a man who faced death in over 60 duels, a cluttered mind was not an inconvenience. It was a death sentence. To hesitate for a fraction of a second, to be distracted by a single useless thought, was to die. He had to master a level of mental clarity and calm that most of us can barely imagine. He didn't do this through meditation alone. He did it through a brutal, practical, 4-step code, a technology for the mind, forged in the crucible of life or death combat. This is not a history lesson. This is a deconstruction of that code. We are about to give you the psychological arsenal of a man who could not be defeated because his mind could not be broken. But first, you must identify your enemy. The battle is specific to you. Go to the comments and name the one recurring thought, the one what-if scenario that occupies the most space in your mind. Define the loop you are trapped in. The enemy has been named. Now, we forge the weapon to destroy it. The unbeatable mind. Musashi's path to an unbeatable mind was not about adding more knowledge. It was about ruthless subtraction, about cutting away everything that was not essential until only pure, focused action remained. His code is built on 4 fundamental laws. The first law, the principle of 1,000 paths. Overthinking is often born from a single, paralyzing fear, the fear of choosing the wrong path. We become fixated on finding the one perfect, optimal solution. We research endlessly. We weigh every variable. We build complex decision trees in our minds. And in the end, we do nothing. This quest for the perfect path is the surest way to remain standing still. Musashi wrote, "There is more than one path to the top of the mountain." This is not a comforting platitude. It is a profound strategic release. It is permission to act, to experiment, to fail. Musashi understood that in a real duel, there is no single perfect move. There are dozens of effective moves, and the one that wins is the one that is executed with confidence and commitment. Your internal battle between what society expects and what your soul desires is a source of this paralysis. The doctor path versus the artist path. The safe choice versus the risky one. Overthinking arises when you treat this as a final, irreversible decision. The principle of 1,000 paths frees you from this. It teaches you to be adaptable, to accept that there are many ways to solve a problem, to build a life, to find success. By removing the pressure of finding the one right way, you can finally focus on taking the next step. Focus on what you actually want to do. Remove the deafening noise of others' voices and manifest your choice into reality. The journey is made of steps, not of a single perfect leap. The second law, the law of the essential sword. Musashi taught, "Do nothing that is of no use." This is the central pillar of his philosophy of action. An ordinary mind is cluttered with useless drama, pointless debates, and trivial distractions. It wonders about celebrity gossip. It gets dragged into online arguments. It absorbs the ambient anxiety of the news cycle. This clutter is not harmless. It occupies mental space. It consumes your finite energy. It creates the fertile ground for doubt and fear to grow. A swordsman's blade has one purpose: to cut. It is not an ornament. It is not a tool for conversation. It is an instrument of decisive action. Musashi treated his mind with the same ruthless focus. If a thought did not serve his purpose, it was to be cut away, instantly. Your task is to apply this law to your own mental landscape. Become a ruthless curator of your own attention. When you find yourself dwelling on things that do not matter, past mistakes you cannot change, the opinions of people you don't respect, outcomes you cannot control, you must identify them as useless and cut them away. This is not an easy practice. It requires constant vigilance, but the reward is immense. When you remove the useless clutter, there is no room for overthinking to take root. Your mind becomes too busy with purposeful action. You build momentum. You stay focused on what you know you need to do, and you clear away the distractions that do not serve you. Your mind becomes like Musashi's sword, clean, sharp, and used only for what is essential. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. Miyamoto Musashi. The third law, the doctrine of the 24-hour war. Overthinking is fueled by the vast, terrifying expanse of the future. We fret about what might happen in 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. We compare our current state to some idealized future version of ourselves, or to the curated success of others. This comparison is the mother of all anxiety. Musashi's antidote was radical present moment focus. His famous quote, "Today is victory over yourself of yesterday," is a complete strategic doctrine. It means this: you have 24 hours. That is your entire world. Tomorrow is not promised. Yesterday is a ghost. Your only job is to live fully in these 24 hours, giving 100% of your focus to what is directly in front of you. This is not a call for hedonism. It is a call for profound discipline. It means shifting your entire focus away from unproductive thoughts about the past or future and towards improving yourself, bit by bit, today. When you adopt this philosophy, the overwhelming burden of fixing your whole life disappears. It is replaced by a single manageable task: win today. Be slightly better than the man you were yesterday. Read one more page. Do one more rep. Make one more sales call. By focusing only on the 24-hour war, you start to accumulate victories. These small daily wins build momentum. They build confidence. They build a new identity. And by living fully today, you become, paradoxically, better prepared for whatever life throws your way tomorrow. The fourth law, the way of the unwavering center. Musashi wrote, "Do not let the body be dragged along by the mind, nor the mind be dragged along by the body. This is the principle of integration." Overthinking often happens when our mind and body are out of sync. Your mind races with anxieties about work, while your body is trying to rest. Your body is engaged in a physical task, while your mind is lost in a loop of self-doubt. This imbalance creates immense, unnecessary stress. Musashi's wisdom emphasizes syncing the mind and body, creating a harmonious state that cuts down on mental clutter. It's about being fully present in your actions, whatever they may be. When you are training, train. When you are working, work. When you are resting, rest. This requires a conscious practice of bringing your mind back to where your body is. When you are at the gym and your mind wanders to your email inbox, you gently but firmly bring it back to the feeling of the weight in your hands, the burn in your muscles. When you are at your desk and you find yourself stressing about your training, you bring your focus back to the task at hand. This isn't just about balance. It is about power. A mind and body that are in sync create a state of profound focus and clarity. The inner noise subsides. You become more effective, more efficient, and more at peace. You find your center. And from that unwavering center, you can act with precision and power. These 4 laws are not separate techniques. They are pillars of a single, profound state of being, a state that martial artists and Zen masters have pursued for centuries. They call it Mushin, the mind without mind. Mushin is a state of effortless action, of pure presence, where the conscious, chattering, overthinking mind goes silent. It is a state where the body and intuition act in perfect harmony, unhindered by fear, doubt, or analysis. It is the state of a master painter lost in his brushstrokes, a musician lost in her music, a swordsman lost in the dance of combat. This is the ultimate cure for overthinking. Because in a state of Mushin, there is no you to overthink. There is only the action, the way. The 4 laws of Musashi are not the goal. They are the training. They are the rigorous practice you undertake to clear the mental clutter, so that you can, for fleeting but powerful moments, touch this state of pure flow. The principle of 1,000 paths frees you from the paralysis of choice. The law of the essential sword clears your mind of distractions. The doctrine of the 24-hour war grounds you in the present moment. The way of the unwavering center unites your mind and body. Together, they create the conditions for Mushin to arise. This is the great secret. You cannot force your mind to be quiet. You can only create the environment in which it becomes quiet. This is why Musashi's Code is so much more than a simple strategy. It is a spiritual path, a path to transcending the small, fearful, analytical self and touching the vast, silent, powerful self that lies beneath. You were born with a mind capable of this stillness, but the modern world has declared war on it. Every notification, every advertisement, every manufactured outrage is an attack on your ability to focus, to be present, to be calm. Overthinking is not your fault. It is a symptom of a sick culture. But it is your responsibility to cure yourself. Miyamoto Musashi lived in a world of physical danger. We live in a world of psychological danger. The battlefield has changed, but the principles of victory remain the same. Clarity wins. Focus wins. Calm wins. The path is not easy. It requires you to treat your life as a dojo. Every moment of distraction is an opportunity to practice focus. Every surge of anxiety is an opportunity to practice your breathing. Every difficult conversation is an opportunity to practice emotional distance. The way is in training, Musashi wrote, not in reading, not in thinking, in training. So let this be the end of your theory and the beginning of your practice. The knowledge has been given. The code has been deconstructed. The path has been revealed. The choice, as always, is yours. You can continue to be a battlefield for your own thoughts, a slave to your own mental noise, or you can pick up the sword. If you are ready to stop thinking about the battle and start training for it, If you are ready to begin the lifelong journey of forging an unbeatable mind, then make your vow. Join the others who walk this path. Go to the comments and declare your commitment. Write, "I cut through the noise." It is a declaration of your new purpose, a testament to your new way of being. Subscribe to the Thinker's Codex. Your training has just begun.